Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Duran.
We still got our guest Rich here with us.
Yes, sir. What up, though?
Hey, I got a question for y'all, and this one's a tough one. Do y'all believe that once y'all become accomplished, that you have to move out the hood?
Have to move out the hood?
Yeah. And I asked this just because I know, like, I haven't been to Detroit, but I kind of know the circumstances you came from. I know where we came from, and I know where we at now. And I feel like, do you feel like at some point you got to move away from the hood?
Absolutely.
And it don't mean you can't go back and do stuff and work to try to make it better. But as far as full living in the hood, do you have to stay there?
Nah, you gotta go. That's a part of growth. Cause that's what get rappers killed. Why you want to go back to the hood and you're a multimillionaire? You can get back without being there.
But let's not even put rappers in it. Let's
even just us. Why would you want to go back? What's there? Everybody we know is dead.
Everything we grew up with.
It's gone. Even from where we grew up at, it's not the same. Y'all drive out there every day and feel like a stranger in my own neighborhood. It's not the same. Ain't no improvements. It got worse. Some spots got better, but ain't nothing there. It's nothing there for me. It's nothing there for my kids. That time is gone. Ain't nothing there but violence and destruction. It ain't got nothing to do with me being there and just saying acknowledging the struggle. I can acknowledge the struggle in my success.
That's a fact.
So Detroit, same?
Yeah, but I know it's so much hate that go on. You could be like the nicest kid, not into nothing. It's somebody who don't have nothing.
Yeah.
If you got it, they want it. That's how it is. So you got to move. You got to elevate.
And that's my thinking with this, because I guess the question is, can you do more work in the area when people know you in the area? Like, oh, that's so and so. He live up the street. Like, he all good. Or do you got to move away and like really show them, like, you work, you get away from it, but you come back and you put the work in?
See, I'm about to have people hating us because I already thought about this. You can do the work. You can still be president and not be president. I don't have to live here to be considered part of the hood. You knew I was here. I grew up with you. So why do I have to still be here? Obviously, you still here. You might have chose to stay here. I'm not going to necessarily say you struggling because you're still in the hood, but I chose not to be here. I don't want my kids to grow up in this situation. And I'm not saying that, it's going to do something to them by taking them away from their roots. They still going to get that because I'm their parent. And they have, they're going to get that from the other parent. But the thing about it is, how can I really help if I'm still here with y'all? I need to go sit at a bigger table so I can go tell them, look at this back here. Yeah, this ain't nothing happening here. Why we not doing it? And then I can be better with the changes that I'm bringing back instead of just doing a few things here and there. It's cool if we open up a restaurant here or I help Pookie and them do this and that. But how about getting some parks or some housing built for my people, or getting some rehab programs for the people I know that's on drugs? I can't do that here. I can't be in that zone because then people gonna still look at me like that. Like, well, you come from this and you got this success, but you still choose to stay here. And it's just an endangering thing. It's like Rich was saying. If we got people down here, you got food on your plate, they hungry. Who gonna miss their chance if you got somebody who got it just chilling at the park? You ain't even know nothing. You just sitting there chilling.
And they know you got it.
Reminiscing. They know you. They know you. They will know you and still do something to you. So that ain't a fear. That's just a part of leveling up and maturing. You got to learn how to move your chess pieces around.
I don't understand the infatuation with people in the hood, right? Like, I'm talking to my boys back home. They do the same thing we've been doing since we was kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing they're doing since we was kids, though. Like, you don't want to see nothing different? You know what I'm saying? It's not talking bad. You know what I'm saying? Do the same thing. So if I can stay and do the same thing, we ain't growing. We ain't elevating.
Right. We've been doing the same thing since we were 16. And now we 30 doing the same thing.
And had a rough childhood, right? If I know it's rough over here, it's cool over here. No, I'm gonna stay over here with them because I don't want to be seen as, oh no, he different now.
Yeah.
That's the goal, to be different. Right?
Yeah.
That's the goal, to be different.
So is there any type of like guilt with the fact that you done made it out, but some of your boys are still there?
I used to think that way. I used to.
Yeah.
Like you met my brother Rocco.
Yeah.
When he got shot, you know what I'm saying? He moved out here, lived with me for a minute, me and my wife.
Yeah.
We went back to you know what I'm saying? Wasn't his fault, but he was just in our every group. He got shot. Like, man, I wish I could have kept him out here with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was some guilt, but then when I talked to my wife, I don't have that guilt no more.
Because you got to make a choice, right?
You got to.
We grow up, we don't stay in the same places. Time don't stop because you wanted to. It was fun while we was there, but we was making the best out of a situation that was absolutely terrible. If we just peel back the layers and look at how we grew up, it was fun because we had each other. But for real, we could have died. It's plenty of time people pull guns on us. It's plenty of time where we were just out, don't even know who was talking to us, just outside. Hey, boy, got to get up out of there. I got to get home. I ain't signed up for that.
Yeah.
And then the obvious traps you already fighting, trying not to get no girls pregnant, trying not to get caught up in the dope game. I'm just saying. So why would I want to be stuck in that environment and I ain't doing that? You calling me talking about what you doing. I'm at work. What you doing? It's 11 o'clock. Oh, I just woke up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no responsibilities. And they like, oh.
I just bought such. Of course, you could buy that. If I was living downstairs chilling, I could buy this and that too.
I went through about 5 years of guilt, where it was after I was hanging out with some friends at one of my cousin's house, and some of them was friends, some of them was acquaintances, but they all grew up in the same neighborhood, and dudes came by and shot at the house, and I'm like, damn, my aunties stay here. This is where. They know we in this green minivan now. Like, I'm like sitting there thinking real hard, like this ain't never happened if they wasn't with us. Yeah. And so I started to fall back. And then in falling back, I started to kind of like start making my money, start moving out, start doing. But then I started seeing everybody I grew up with and hanging out with, like they still kind of in the same spot. Some of them had later starts, some of them whatever. But they were still in that same spot. And I'm just like, damn, man, I feel like I'm fucking up by leaving.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I'm just like, look, you can only help people as much as they want to help themselves. And that's my biggest thing. Like, if my boy like, hey, I'm ready, I'm going to get out of here, let's do it. But then if you sitting there doing the same shit we was doing when we was 16, and you ain't really trying to put the work in, then I'm going to be like, all right, look, we still cool. I'm talking to you. I'm going to check in on you. But I ain't going to sit here and stress myself out trying to get you out. Because if you want to get out, you're going to get out.
How many times you see that in the movies they make where one person is successful, but they got the one friend that just can't get right? And then at the end of the movie, who dies? The guy that had everything to live for. Yeah. The other guy just same struggle. He going to feel some grief, but he going to go back to the same thing.
Which movie is that?
It's a lot of movies.
A lot of movies. A lot of real. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them. It was so real. They put it in
that way.
They put it in 2K. That's how real that was.
Yeah, what was his name? He died in he died in the car crash. Yeah.
Real spill. They was like, boy, you got to cut. You
they got a whole category. Main character dies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna mess up the millions. And then look, let's use a real life example because that's real, but it's virtual. Look at John Morant, bro. What is you doing that for? Yeah. You got to be doing that for somebody that's got to, because there's no way. You are literally like the next Kobe. I can say that because you're just nice. You just generically nice at basketball, and you gonna ruin it over something they forgave you over. Not once, not twice, 3 times, and you did it again. So now you're not even on the team.
He's trying to be for the hood.
For what?
For the hood. He's trying to be for the hood.
For what? They don't care. Know. Be some kids' role models.
Exactly.
Because somebody looking at you.
But when we look back at rappers, do you feel like they got to keep that image, so they got to stay in the hood?
A rapper is a persona. So it's not even them. Because how many of them send their kids to college? We don't know that because we on the other side of the spectrum. They send their kids to college. They done moved their whole family out the hood. I'm talking about everybody got a little mansion. They not living that life. They not pushing no packs and selling no. It sound good. That's why we listen to it, because it sound good, but you're not really doing it. You're not really man.
Not no more.
They writing you millions of dollars, not no more.
Yeah,
but I mean, why? What you gonna do it for? You still trying to play Narcos? And you can go outside and push like a Panamera, easy.
And these rappers and ball players, to the kids in our community, they like here. They not arm reach. They just see them.
Yeah.
But somebody who got the good job and moved out, you can go back and touch them. You ain't gotta do this, little bro. You know what I'm saying? Like working with the kids at the club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do this. I'm it's tangible what I'm saying because I'm right here with them. You hearing them rappers saying this and that, you don't know them. They just doing that for a check. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my parents, right? My parents, Detroit through and through. I'm Detroit through and through, right?
Yeah.
Came from the hood. Man, I talked to my sister the other day. Like, we ain't know we was poor.
Same.
Cause that's all we.
Right.
That's all we knew. So it was just fun. So looking back, like, oh, that was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But to move out here, nice neighborhood. My parents come here, like, they proud. You know, my sisters, they proud. They can see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's somebody they know. This is my brother. This is my sister. You know what I'm saying? It's my kids. They proud. You know what I'm saying? So being in the hood, for what? Who gonna show us something different if we all still in the hood?
Right.
Who gonna show us something different? Like, okay, I'm about to go to Kansas with Rich for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this decent. Oh, we can go to this little bar out here and they ain't about to shoot it up. For real. Like,
right.
Okay,
ain't no fights, ain't no nothing.
You know what
You can
I'm
just have a good time. For me, man, it wasn't until I started working at my last job that I realized that shit was different. Because I mean, the epitome of when we was growing up, like you made it was having a car on some rims and you ride through and everybody like, oh, that's so and so, like,
Yeah.
and we knew him too, right? Because that was, I mean, your brother.
Yeah.
Your brother was one riding through rims. You like, damn. But then as I started really working at my last job, I realized like, damn, this kid 17, 16 and got 20 racks in the bank. Saving.
Mm-hmm.
This adult in 6 figures and they ain't even 30 yet. Like, what's different? Because I'm looking at different type of money than what's over here. Because that little car you put on there, you probably put 15, 20 grand in that. Yeah. You probably bought that. That's an 87, so you probably bought that for less than 5. So that's when I started looking at it for real. Like, damn, man, we looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, for sure.
We glorifying like these little small moments, and when you get I'm gonna wait until I get my tax refund. That's when I'm gonna be.
But
balling.
can you blame us though?
That's all we know.
That's all we know. I've talked to my mom about credit cards, right? Mm-hmm. And the first thing she said, it was negative because of don't max it out. So her credit card is a negative connotation on credit cards,
right?
Because what she didn't heard, because she never had a credit card. So what she didn't heard to somebody else said it's negative because we had the resources, right?
Right. We wasn't taught about credit.
We weren't taught about it. So like that's being in the hood. It's a hood mindset.
Exactly.
That is a hood mindset. Like I'm good. I know how to manage my money. Dad taught me well. You know what I'm saying? But her first thing was a negative on a credit card. I don't think she ever had a credit card. Why so negative? Because somebody maxed it out.
Yeah.
Trying to do something they had no business doing. And that happened.
Yeah, and it's the same with banks. Like, they don't trust them, right? Oh, I want to put... Man, I done seen so many people putting money in Cash App and all of this, and guess what? They run through a bank. So the same thing you say you don't trust, these same companies go through a bank to use it.
Oh, man. It's funny that you said that. Not the Cash App thing, but that was funny. But because I had that same thought, and I was just like, man, I could talk about it because we ain't saying no names. But I was like, looking at this, I just feel so small because you see so much money and you like, how did you even do that? Like, what did you do? So you got to think, well, they had to have done something. I know they didn't go in the hood and go do nothing like that. They didn't found something, and that money is making money for them now. So they did the work. Now the money is working for them. They just chilling, just doing whatever. That's candy money to them. Yeah. And to me, if I had that money, we tossing it up and just doing whatever. But you can't do that. But
yeah, the rap image make it think like once you get that, you gotta take it to the club and throw it in the air and all this, and they just like
don't know how to value nothing.
Nothing at all. So y'all let us know what y'all think. Do y'all feel like once you become accomplished, you got to move out the hood? Follow us on social media. Before we forget the podcast, we'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.